Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. So today, guys, I wanted to do a members video about the underdogs of the top 5 leagues. So, give you guys that club-related content. I know you guys been kind of, most of you guys are probably not interested in international football, which is understandable. I particularly am, which is the reason why I haven't been able to do a lot of club-related videos, because so much of my time and my life has been dedicated to watching both the Asian Cup and the AFCON, and doing review videos for you guys, watching the highlights, giving my thoughts each of the games, and it just takes a lot out of me. So I just haven't. It's just been so exhausting. Thankfully, now we have a little break in between. Today, tomorrow, and partially on Saturday, there are no games, so I can finally take the time to relax, sit back and enjoy and get that content for you guys. And I thought for you guys members out there, I wanted to do this video for you guys. And which of the underdogs have the best chance to win the league? So we're going to start first with Aston Villa. So Aston Villa, as you can see right here, guys, they're currently 4th in the Premier League. They have picked up a total of 43 points, and they're in a great position. 13 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses. Now, if we actually look at their schedule, let's go look at the schedule. So they play Chelsea in the FA Cup. We're going to ignore the FA Cup. We're only looking at the league fixtures. We got Aston Villa next. Newcastle next. That's going to be a tricky game. At home, Newcastle is a very unpredictable team. Newcastle now recently have been kind of bad, but, they can improve. Sheffield United, that should be winnable. I still don't know how Aston Villa tied at home against Sheffield, though. They should have won that game. Man United at home, that's going to be a very, very big game, very big encounter there. Can they beat Manchester United? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure at this current moment. Fulham away, that could be tricky. We know how good Fulham is particularly at home. Nottingham Forest at home, that should be winnable. Luton Town away, that's going to be a tricky game. We know how good Luton have been against the top 6 Premier League teams, but I would still expect Aston Villa to get a result there. Tottenham Hotspur at home should be winnable. West Ham's going to be tricky. Wolves at home is going to be winnable. That should be winnable. Man City away could be tricky. Brentford at home, winnable. Arsenal away. Bournemouth, Chelsea, Brighton, then Liverpool, and then Crystal Palace. You see where I'm coming at, right? Where I think Aston Villa, the home games are pretty favorable for them, because I'm looking at the home games they have upcoming. The only real tough home game they have is really Liverpool and Man United. I would honestly really say Liverpool. I'd say Liverpool is the strongest one, and that's like May 11th. Then by that time, the season will practically be towards the tail end. So those games, those Liverpool, by that time, you would have expected them to have already qualified for the Champions League and probably have already securing, their other trophies, right? So my worry for Aston Villa, though, is their road form. Their away form is really bad, and that's what worries me a bit, because I look at their away fixtures. They just haven't been able to get those wins. They tied to Everton on the road. They lost to Man United on the road. So that's my thing with Aston Villa, is that those games that they should be winning, it's going to be key. I think at Goodison Park, Goodison Park is a stadium, right? Yeah, Goodison Park. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something there. Oh, sorry, it's Villa Park. Everton is Goodison Park. But yeah, Villa Park. Aston Villa's home form is incredible. But my issue for Unai Emery, though, is how will the Conference League affect this team? Because I think the Conference League could have massive ramifications on this team, and they might be prioritized the Conference League. Ideally, the best case scenario would be getting top 4 and winning the Conference League. Let's be real, guys. Aston Villa will not win this league. I refuse to believe they're going to win this league, and I still stand by the fact that it is going to be Manchester City or Liverpool. For me, those are the 2 clear contenders. Everyone else is pushing. And I just feel like, for me, Aston Villa is fighting for top 4. I think that's their, as far as they can go, I think that's their max ceiling. And anything above that will be a bonus, right? Because I'm looking at the top 4 teams, right? Look at the table right here. I think it's fair to say Liverpool and Man City, probably Arsenal as well, are probably locks for top 4. Now, 4th place, though, is interesting. Spurs is there in the reckoning. West Ham is there. Brighton is there. United is there. Chelsea is there. Newcastle is there. I don't think Wolves. I think it's basically the top 10, I would say. So you have like 7 teams competing for that 4th place spot, and only one of those teams is going to get it. And the 5th place may not get Champions League. We have no idea what's going to happen with the top 5 thing. So I wouldn't guarantee 5th. So if I'm Aston Villa here, you have to win those home games. I think if Aston Villa can can finish the season with um with undefeated at home, that would be great for them. But like I said though, those games against Liverpool, United, and Newcastle are going to be defining games, because those are the type of games where if Liverpool and Newcastle United can get that win, especially United and Newcastle, they're in a really good position, man. Really, really good position. Shout out to Aston Villa, man. They're in a great, great fight. You can see they have a three-way tie with Man City, Arsenal, joint level on points. Now, remember, Man City do have a game in hand, though, so keep that in mind. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Aston Villa do. Let me know thoughts in the comments below if you think Aston Villa can win the Premier League. I personally still don't think they can, but I think they're going to give it a good account. And, like I said, top four. Girona, man. Girona have been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Look at the league table. They're 52 points. They're top of the table. Now, keep in mind, though, Real Madrid do have a game in hand. Real Madrid do have a game in hand, and Real Madrid do have a game in hand. Just keep that in mind. See, one thing with Girona is that they've been incredible. I look at the form they're coming into this one. Absolutely fantastic. They absolutely obliterated Sevilla. They got a draw against Almeria, though, on the road, which isn't really that great. And then they beat Atletico Madrid in that kind of fashion. My worry for Girona, though, is that away form is what's kind of concerning me. Because as good as they have been at home, their away form hasn't really been great. The fact that they tied against, they lost, what is it called? They tied against Real Betis on the road, tying against Almeria, And I just think, look at the fixture schedule. They have Celta Vigo next, which is a very, very interesting game. That should be winnable, but like I said, Celta Vigo have been good this season, and like I said, Celta Vigo in the relegation battle, so that's a really big one. And Celta Vigo are at home for this game, so that's massive. Then they have Real Sociedad at home. That could be tricky. And this game, February 10th, is a decisive game. Bookmark this in your calendar, guys. Real Madrid versus Girona, because Girona probably needs to get a win. I don't think a draw will be satisfactory. Athletic Club away. Ooh, that's going to be a difficult one. Then Rayo Vallecano at home, Mallorca away, Osasuna at home, Getafe away, Real Betis, Atletico Madrid, Cadiz, Las Palmas, Barcelona, Alaves, Villarreal, Valencia, Granada. I think this is where I think Girona is going to be make or break. If Girona can pull back-to-back W's here away from home, that's going to be huge. Because Girona, for me, they're great at home, but their away record is kind of shocking. They haven't really been that great on the road. That being said, though, they've only got one loss this season, which was to Real Madrid at home. So if Girona can maybe get a draw here, that may be enough. But here's my thing, though. I think Girona needs a win. I think Girona needs to win, because look at the fixtures they have to play. They have to play Atletico Madrid away. They have to play Athletic Club away, Real Madrid away. You're going to need to at least get one. You're going to have to at least get 7 points in those 3 games. 2 wins and 1 draw. Right? And I just don't know if Girona can get 7 points. I just feel like it's very hostile atmospheres. It's going to be very difficult. And I just don't know if Girona can do it. So, the best case scenario, I would say, is maybe getting a draw against Athletic Club and maybe getting a draw against Atletico Madrid. At this current moment, I don't think they can beat. I think they'll lose to Real Madrid again. So if they could get 2 points, see, the thing is 2 points. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though. So that's my thing for Girona, is like, can they actually realistically do this? Because it's going to be difficult. But here's one thing they have that Real Madrid don't. They don't have European football. All their focus is just on the league, and they're out of the Copa del Rey quarterfinals, which may obviously be a curse for them, but it's also maybe a blessing, because now they can put all their focus in the league and trying to win this league, right? So, because with the Copa del Rey, you have an extra 3 games to add to the schedule. And this schedule already looks pretty congested. This schedule, even though they have no European midweek games, they need to put all their focus on the league games. All the focus of the league games, trying to get those 3 points. Because, like I said, guys, Real Madrid is going to push them all the way to the end. And like I said, guys, it's between Real Madrid and Girona for this league title. And for me, I'm really hoping Girona can pull this off. Because that's what's going to come down to. Because I feel like, for me, if Girona can get past that hurdle and don't lose a game there, that could be good for them. Because like I said, guys, they're on 52 points. They picked up 4 draws and 16 wins. Now, if you look at Real Madrid's fixtures, I just want to look at theirs real quickly. Real Madrid have to play Getafe. They have to play Las Palmas away first on Saturday. Then they have to play Getafe away. Then Atletico Madrid at home. and the La Liga, Girona. These are pretty tough games for Real Madrid, and they have to play Rayo away. These are pretty tough games. I'm not gonna lie, man. Real Madrid have some tough games upcoming, and obviously there was that controversial game against Almeria, which was pretty controversial. I'm not gonna even discuss about that game here in this video, just for time's sake. But let's just say they had some controversial favors. Let's just put it this way. I'm not gonna go into details, but let's just say they had some controversial decisions. So I think for Real Madrid, the key for them is can't because the thing is, this Real Madrid team looks unbeatable. This Real Madrid team looks like they're gelling, they're in groove, they're in cruise control. And my thing with Real Madrid is that I think this team is solid. And guys, I'm gonna have a scary prediction with you guys. I think Real Madrid will only lose one game this season in the entire league season. I think they're only going to lose one game, and I think they're going to win majority of these games. You know, but here's what I'm going to say though: the February schedule looks pretty tough for Real Madrid. If Real Madrid goes unbeaten in February, then it's over. This league title is already over because Girona have some tough games in February as well. So that's gonna be interesting, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Can Girona actually win this? Next up, it is Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen, man. Now this is where things get very tricky. I would say Bayer Leverkusen for me isn't a great position because unlike with the other clubs, there's actually a genuine possibility. Because for me, guys, of all three teams, Bayer Leverkusen have the best chance to pull off the miracle compared to the other two. Because Bayern Munich this season look they look great, but this Bayern Munich team still doesn't feel like the old Bayern. This Bayern Munich team still feels like it's a team that can still improve and it still doesn't feel right. And the credit to Leverkusen, man. And back-to-back games, they got 2 late goals in the dying minutes of the game. And that's 4 points. Because if they didn't score those 2 goals, they would be on 2 points. And look how crucial this is for the league title. They are now 4 points above Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich lost over the weekend against Stuttgart. Not Stuttgart, sorry. Werder Bremen at home. So Bayern is in a really bad position because we were expecting Bayern to win that game. Bayern would have been 1 point behind Leverkusen if they had won that game. Instead, they didn't. So Bayern Munich is in a really bad position, and Leverkusen is still unbeaten. Leverkusen playing with Gladbach at home. That's going to be a good game. I believe a lot of players will be suspended for that Gladbach game. Then Darmstadt away, and then this game right here, guys. This is a crucial game for Bayer Leverkusen. Bayern Munich at home. If Leverkusen can avoid losing a game, a draw or a win, ooh, that's good. Then Heidenheim, then Mainz, Köln, Wolfsburg, Freiburg, Hoffenheim, Union Berlin, Werder Bremen, Dortmund, Leverkusen, Frankfurt, and Bochum, and Augsburg. And guys, the Augsburg game of the final match day, that may seem great and all, but Augsburg may be fighting relegation. They may be fighting relegation at that current time. So maybe you shouldn't be happy that's your final game. See, my thing with Leverkusen is this, right? They also have the Europa League to factor in. Will Xabi Alonso go all in for the league title or the Europa League? In my personal opinion, you have to choose one. You can't go for both. I don't think Leverkusen have enough quality in both squads to do both. You have to choose. And for me, I think you go all in for the Bundesliga. Because the thing is, with the Bundesliga, it's a lot easier. You know these teams. You have played against these teams several times. Whereas Europa League, you're playing against teams you probably never played against before in your history, right? And also, you're playing in unfamiliar territory, right? And you still have to play. You still have to deal with the tournament favorites as in Roma that's still there, Liverpool that's there, potentially Milan as well. There's also up there. So if I'm Xabi Alonso, I'm going all in for the Bundesliga. I'm going all in because this is a great opportunity to win your first league title ever in your club's history would mean something. It would be a massive, massive statement. So if I'm Leverkusen, man, I give up on the DFB Pokal. I wouldn't go for it at all because that's going to be another competition that gives extra games, and there's really no reason why you're going to have extra games. And remember, you're already going to have the Europa League. That's going to be starting, I think, in March, I believe. Yeah, I think it's going to start in March. So you need to make sure that you got to make sure that you don't have too many games because when you have too many games, it's going to add to the squad. Because remember, Boniface is out for the season, and they did get in Borja Iglesias on loan, so we don't know how good that striker is going to be. So my thing with Bayer Leverkusen is that can they get the wins? Can they keep consistently doing this? Because I think for me, guys, that game against Bayern at home is going to be crucial because I think that for me, there's more at stake for Bayern than for Leverkusen. If Leverkusen can get a draw or win there, oh, they're in a great position. But if they lose that game at home, ooh, that could be crucial for Bayern. That could be crucial for Bayern because I'm looking at Leverkusen games, guys. Maybe Dortmund away. Maybe Dortmund away is another tough game because we know how difficult it is to play the Signal Iduna Park. But yeah, I mean, other than those two games, I feel like the rest of the other games are pretty winnable or not losable. Let's put it this way. But here's my thing for Leverkusen, man. We'll see what happens. So there you guys go, man. That's my comprehensive review of the top 5 leagues, going through the underdogs, given that talking about whether they really have a realistic chance to win this league or not. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Please remember to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of agree with me. So I want to overall conclude with this, that I think Leverkusen have the best chance of the 3 teams. I would say Girona second and Aston Villa third. That's just how I feel, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.